Yeah, and there it is. Constantly. As of right now, this computer is not cutting it. It's a major problem for me right now because I can't work how I want to work. It just keeps getting worse. It's amazing. And I got a session in about a week. I really need to figure something out. And quick, very quickly. Maybe buy a really expensive Mac or go the Hackintosh route, which I've never done before. Alright guys, so all the parts that we ordered are here. We have two different motherboards because I was going back and forth, Paul and I were going back and forth on which motherboard to use exactly. So this motherboard is the Asrok X570 and it has Thunderbolt 3 on it, which is super important. I need that for my Apollo interfaces. This one should work, but the biggest problem with this motherboard is it only has one M.2 slot, and as you can see, I kind of want to do a dual boot system on two separate SSDs. So this one goes with the Ryzen 9, and then we have our, well, my first option, which is going to be the Intel i7. This is the 10700K with the MSI Meg Z490i Unified. This one does have two M.2 slots, and I just hope this one works. It does have Thunderbolt 3. We don't know if it's going to work with the Hackintosh build, because this one is guaranteed to work with a Hackintosh build.
Don't know if it's...
This one is not. This one's a little bit newer, maybe too new. And then, of course, we have the Radeon 5700 XT. It's going to do the job. I don't know what it compares to. I'm not an AMD guy. All right. And then it's all going to be going inside of the NZXT H1. This has a power supply already on it, AIO. It should be fucking sick. Little build, low profile. No matter what happens today, we're getting a working Hackintosh. Right, Paul? Right. This thing's little. This thing's so little.
There's a possible chance that it might work with the Intel one.
We really want Intel on this.
What processor do you have?
The 10700K.
What Bryan wants to do is just not going to work at all. His biggest problem was that the other motherboard has one M.2 slot and that this motherboard has two M.2 slots, but he has to use one of those M.2 slots for a network card just to get Wi-Fi working on his computer. So now he's in the same problem where he only has one M.2 slot. So I think we're just going to go with the Ryzen build because it's just going to end up being way easier. And then Bryan's just, you know, he's very nice enough to just give me this motherboard and the processor to go with it so I can build my computer at home.
I'll sell it to you minus the return cost.
There's no return cost. So, with that being said, should I start and build a bootable drive for
yes
your Ryzen?
All right. So it turns out, Intel gone.
That's for my computer.
We're going AMD.
I'm actually excited. We've never done an AMD build before.
All right. So let's put this motherboard together. I know. Relax. There we go. We're in. All right, and let's put our RAM in. We got low profile because that's what this case needs. So that's in. That's all good. I guess we throw our M.2 on the back now. That's in. I feel like the people who watch this are gonna like compare me to the fucking guy in The Verge. You ever seen that video? So we're gonna apply a lot of thermal paste here, even though the AIO already has thermal paste on it. This is an Intel mounting system for an AMD motherboard. Asrok, what the fuck are you doing? This makes no sense. This is throwing me off so hard. And now I feel a lot more confident in this build, besides the fact that we don't have USB-C or HD audio. But now I'm actually looking forward to the rest of this. We're almost done here. We just gotta put in the GPU, get these screws in, and then wait for our our SSD to arrive. And we're pretty much almost ready to boot and see if this bad boy works. All right, cream de la crop. Let's get this bad boy out.
That thing is massive.
Remove before gaming. If I'm not gaming, can I just leave it on? Thanks, MSI. There we go. Everything's ready to go. There we go. So the PC is running. Now all we need to do is go get an SSD so we can also boot into Windows, plug the SSD in, put it all back together, and start working on the Hackintosh portion of this whole thing.
So we just spent the last, well, I spent the last like 2 hours trying to just install Mac OS X with no alterations or anything to the USB drive. So you format this and not this, and that's literally what I spent the past 2 hours trying to figure out why this wouldn't work. So now, for the 4th time, we're going to make this boot drive, and hopefully, hopefully it should work.
The PC is together. So here it is. Everything is inside. It's all closed up. And it looks great. Well, all right. It didn't take us too long to hit a wall with this. Paul?
So, it doesn't look like much, but it basically means we messed up somewhere. And I think it's because of the graphics card, but I'm going to check the USB and see what the settings are set to before we pull the graphics card out. So we'll find out what's wrong in a minute. We're back to like where we were 4 hours ago, basically. Like, it's 8:30 at night right now. I got here at 1.
Yeah, I think we put the PC together in like an hour.
Less.
Yeah, I don't even know. The PC was quick.
I knew this was gonna be like a pain. It never goes easy. Like, it's just.
It's always some different bullshit.
This is last time this didn't work. If we get into Mac, yep, see, there we go.
God damn it.
That's what happened last time.
All right, so we were calling it on day 1 on the Hackintosh build. It is not happening tonight. Been at it for 7 hours. It's now a vendetta for Paul, so Paul's probably gonna come back tomorrow, or is he gonna text me at like 1 a.m. and be like, oh my god. It is currently day 2. I'm here with the one and only.
Really the one and only.
You really are the only.
This is gonna be like another day's worth of work, but essentially what we have to do is we have to install Windows first. And then we have to, so before I was making the USB on this computer, but I found out I actually have to make it on the computer we're building it on. So basically I have to start from scratch again for like the 5th time. But I know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it, and it's going to take definitely a few hours worth of work, like 4 or 5 hours for sure. We just spent another hour. No luck. Like, actually, it was a step backwards, if anything. Like, this isn't even my computer. I don't even need to be doing this. Brian's not here. We're just gonna start over again for, like, I'm not even kidding, like the 10th time. I'm not giving up on this.
What's up? We're here. It's day 3. I'm late. And since it's day 3, we're so over tilted that I've just resorted to trolling Paul for the entire day.
We just wasted 2 hours of time, basically. That's basically what that means.
Copy the patch section from the patches.plist, and then paste it into our config.plist file.
Alright, so as you guys saw, we got the Apple logo to appear, but it turns out we didn't get past that. It never fully booted to the install at all. So now what Paul has had to do is completely rebuild in OpenCore to see if we can get a boot out of this. Apparently the Snazzy Labs guide is atrociously bad. So now we're following a guy, I guess his name's tech support or some shit. Couldn't really tell you who it is. But he seems to know what's going on, and I think we're gonna get it figured out. I think today might be the day, and then we can start making the rest of the shit work. You know,
here we go.
Here's the funny...
UEFI.
Oh!
Watch, we're gonna get past this part, and then after this loads, it's gonna be something else.
It's some fuckery. I think people are gonna be kind of shocked at like the progress of it all.
Oh, come on.
And how it actually came together. It's Russian! It's Russian!
So, I found out the reason it's in Russian, but it won't let me change it for some reason, even though we're doing the correct thing. But it says it's got 5 minutes left on the install, so we shall find out. So what we just basically did is we tricked this computer into thinking that it's an iMac Pro.
Look at this guy. This is the iMac Pro.
And that's how this is allowing it to work. So we're spoofing the installer, saying, hey, we're installing macOS Catalina on an iMac Pro, even though it's not. We're back to, like, day 1. It keeps crashing after the install. I have no clue why. I'm about to pull all of my hair out.
Did it happen?
Alright. I'm on FaceTime with Bryan. We are now officially at step 2.
Oh my god, we made it.
We did it. It was the stupidest thing in the world. All I had to do was go into the config plist and change it from saying that it was an iMac Pro 1,1 to an iMac 18,1. So basically, it like macOS basically said, "Hey, this isn't an iMac 1,1. Fuck you. Installation failed." So we changed it to iMac, just like a regular iMac 18,1, which is like one of the newer models, and it basically said, "Hey, this is an iMac. We're gonna install." I joined the Discord, I read every forum, and I want to thank the people of Reddit for helping me.
Alright guys, so we have a successful Hackintosh. We got majority of everything that we wanted working. The only thing that doesn't work is AirDrop, and that's because I don't want to sacrifice an M.2 chip to get AirDrop working. But everything is working right now. We had a successful session so far. It's still not over yet, but we've already tracked the song. It's already bounced out. It's exported. The computer is super fast. We also ran a couple benchmarks on it. We ran Geekbench, right, Paul? Is it Geekbench? And it outclassed even a $30,000 Mac Pro, the new 2019-2021s. So this thing is fast. It performs excellent. And yeah, it was a total success. Anybody that's wondering how to do this or wants the files or the guides, we are going to be doing a more in-depth video on that soon, but we will also release the EIF file for you guys if you want to try building one of these yourselves. And also, if you guys are interested in any of the parts that I personally use for this build, they will all be in the description down below, all the way down to the manufacturer that we got the parts from. Love you guys. Thank you. A crucial part of every PC build is your handy-dandy headlight. So you're just going to throw that on right there. You're going to aim it at your gear, and then you're just going to turn it on. And contrary to popular belief, you do need this, Paul. You do.